I do want to apologize if the editing of this video isn't that good or not that interesting, but I was editing this video for a couple days now, and then apparently it got corrupted, so now I have to restart everything, and yeah. The first time that we see Omni-Man is when he's assisting the rest of the Guardians of the Globe against the Mauler twins, and he doesn't even really fight in this. He's more there he's just there for moral support basically, and he swoops in and saves the military soldiers from falling to their death.
Omni-Man?
Alright, now the first fight that we actually see him in is against the Guardians of the Globe. Guardians of the Globe? Yeah, that's the name. I almost said Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyways, this fight was crazy. He first took out Red Rush, then I believe he took out the green chick, I don't know her name, then he took out the fish. Oh no, actually after Red Rush he took out the rip-off Batman, then he took out the green lady, and then the fish, and then he went for, and then he got tangled up by the Martian dude. He found his weakness and killed him. Then he snapped the Wonder Woman ripoff's neck. Like he turned her whole head around. It was a 180. And then he went for this man's the Immortal. He literally chopped his head. He used his hand as an axe. That was crazy. Woo! Omni-Man, you was a beast.
Why?
The Guardians of the Globe were actually able to do a lot of damage to him, which, after he was able to defeat them all, that's when he started feeling all the pain. He got put in a coma basically, and he was in this coma for quite a while. And yeah, after coming out of the coma that he was in for probably a week or so, he continues training his son, and then Cecil, his boss, comes and tells him that he needs to deal with the threat from space. But his wife intervenes, saying no, he still seems a little too weak and not that healthy. So he allows his son to go and face the threat. After this happens, Invincible and his new superhero friends have to fight a different, like, interdimensional threats that keep invading Earth. And after the third time, of them not being able to really fend them off, Omni-Man comes, he intervenes, scares them off, and then he doesn't let them just get away. He follows them into their own dimension and gives them a piece of their own medicine and starts destroying their cities, killed the general, and just make an example of them. Now, time works a little bit different in this dimension, so it's quicker over there than it is for us. So for him, he could have been there for probably, I don't know, a month or so, but to us, it is like a couple seconds or a few days at most. After this, he fights a kaiju. It's kind of like Cthulhu, basically. And it isn't really shown, but it's just stated, and we see the aftermath of it. And then one of the government buddies that he has says that Omni-Man struggled with it, and he never seen them really have to fight, like, take this much damage before.
Really big. First time I've seen Omni-Man on the ropes like that. Also, it might not be dead.
Huh. Put it on ice. You never know when something like that might come in handy.
Yes, sir. Oh, good God.
After this, he continues training his son, showing him how to, I don't know, scare the criminals, helping him stop guiding him to stop an asteroid, and then he basically watches from afar him getting the shit beaten out of him. He does not intervene at all in this. Like, I don't know, I guess he wants him to learn a lesson or see him get pushed to his limits. Nobody else even knows that he's there. He's just watching from afar, listening. Now everyone basically finds out that he did kill the Guardians of the Globe, so they kind of don't trust him anymore, and the government kind of puts him into a gauntlet to, they know that they can't really take him out with the stuff that they're sending, but they're really just sending it to slow him down and weaken him till they could find something that could take him out and hopefully weaken him so that the next best thing is able to help fight it. Him, by it, I mean. First thing they do is send some secret military soldiers to get him, but that doesn't really go well for the soldiers. They blow up the house he's in, which does nothing. They then hit him with a laser, which does more damage to the earth than him himself. They send a couple of the reaniman on him, and this actually does, put him down for quite a while, but eventually he just throws them right off of him. Then they teleport Kaiju to him so that he could fight him again. And as you know, the last time that they fought, he actually did, put him on the ropes. Said by the other government agents. And he's already injured, so he's probably gonna struggle with him a little bit more. And they also basically put steroids inside of the Kaiju. And then the Immortal was resurrected because, he's immortal. And because he's already injured and the Immortal is a lot more angry, he's able to, get a few good licks in. But, Omni-Man already took him and his team out. So, of course, him alone isn't that hard. And this is the scene of where he, basically murks him. It's crazy. Let's see that again, because that was cool. Now, for anyone who has read the comic, knows that this was gonna be coming. And obviously, if you've seen the show, you already saw this. But it's time to review the main event: Omni-Man versus his son. The government still tries to intervene between this fight. Like, they know they can't really do anything. It's just for hopes that they can weaken him a tad bit more for Invincible to take him out. So they send a couple jets after him, which really do nothing. He just kills the pilots. Even he does it in front of Invincible. Invincible really can't do anything to stop him. Omni-Man then goes on to beat the shit out of Invincible, his son. And while he's doing this, he's basically trying to convince him that, the human race really isn't anything compared to what he is, and that they could do so much better with their powers and things like that. And I'll just let you guys see and hear it for yourself because I left the audio in this. And yeah, it's basically just 3 minutes of Omni-Man talking shit and beating the shit out of Invincible.
Please.
Should have prepared you better, taught you more. Your life has been soft and painless. You're a Viltrumite in blood only. Well, your true education begins now. had enough yet?
I'll stop you.
I'm ready when you are. You're doing this for nothing. Being a part of the Empire will make Earth better than it ever was.
And what if they resist?
That's why we're here. To keep them from resisting. To show them how wrong they are. How pointless it is. That they can be a part of something bigger. Or die.
I won't let you.
You want to die for this planet? Fine! What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
So yeah, those are all of Omni-Man's fights. He's basically undefeated. His first match being that we see is what he actually fights is against the Guardians of the Globe, and then he goes on to fight the Kaiju, which isn't even really shown, and then he fights, excuse me, he fights the interdimensional threat, and then he fights the government, his rematch with the Immortal, and then he fights Invincible, so he's basically 6-0. That's a great career in the UFC. I mean, it's a joke, but yeah.